Hey, Simon, is now a good time to record a workout video?
Yeah, this is a great time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hi there. We're Simon and Maureen. We're relationship coaches, and we're really excited to be here with you today.
Our tip for today is checking in with the other person that you want to talk to and make an appointment to have a conversation. Have you ever felt like you've been sideswiped, like a person approaches you, comes in and is like, oh, and you're in a totally different headspace. Either you're relaxing or you're really tired and you have limited capacity, or you're simply like super focused on something else. And that conversation pretty much always doesn't have a good outcome. Pretty bumpy road.
So guess what? This happened to us this morning. And so we thought this would be a great time to just kind of talk through it and see what happened. You may have had that experience maybe at home or at the office or wherever, right? We all have these experiences where we just get kind of taken off guard and all of a sudden we're kind of fumbling through what to do with that relationship or with that interaction.
Mm-hmm. You know, there are so many benefits to simply asking, hey, is now a good time to have this conversation? It's so simple that I think our brains can bypass that or dismiss it. But actually, it really sets up space for the conversation to be respectful and safe. Now, if I just approach Simon and don't ask for an appointment, I'm not really checking in with him or honoring him if he is even available or has the capacity. But a check-in says, hey, I care about you. I care about where you're at right now. And I want to invite you into a good conversation.
And these conversations might be small, but they might also be really big. And so by asking for that invitation, you're helping both of you, both people who are trying to have this conversation, be prepared for it. And when we're prepared, when we're in a better headspace, we have much, much better conversations.
Mm-hmm. We feel safer, we're ready to engage. And that can be super helpful if a conversation is emotionally charged, if there's a conflict happening, or even if there's just like a heaviness to that conversation. And it can be helpful when I want to talk to Simon about something that just I've been thinking about. He might not even have a clue about it. And if I don't set that up or invite him, he's going to be like, I don't even know what's going on here.
And that's happened. And so that's what happened this morning. So we were in a conversation about finances, and actually it wasn't even prepped for finances. We were actually on totally different pages and talking about something else. And Maureen was going to do some business for a coaching and therapy business, and I was going to help her. And all of a sudden, I launched into this finance conversation.
And I was not ready for that. My mind was, hey, we're getting some other work stuff done. Hey, we want to record some videos today. So I was just really overwhelmed, and I noticed a lot of emotion coming up and old stories in my head that I started making up about our conversation and our financial situation.
And so when those assumptions start rising and those emotions start rising in the midst of not being prepared, they come out lots of different ways. And they can feel like either being defensive or attacking or shutting down. There are lots of ways that can happen. And so that actually prevents you from having the great conversation that can really be helpful and important.
So after about 45 minutes, we finally looked at each other and said, hey, this would have been a great time to ask, can I have a conversation with you? Or is now a good time to talk about finances? And of course, we can kind of chuckle about it because we've been practicing this skill and we're like, yes, of course, that would have made this whole 45 minutes so much more nice or pleasant, you know.
And so think about that for yourselves, right? Regardless of the situation you might be in. If somebody comes to you and they're kind of coming at you with information or just an interaction and you're not ready for it, you know, just simply saying something like, you know, this is really important that I want to be present for. Now's not actually a great time for me to have this conversation, but I want to have this with you. When would be another good time for us to have this conversation?
Mm-hmm. And if we could go back and put in this tool into our conversation that we had this morning, this is what it would sound like.
Hey, Mar, I've been thinking a lot about how finances, and I'd really like to have a conversation about that. Is now a good time for that?
Actually, no, now is not a good time. I am not thinking about that at all, and I don't think I could fully engage, but I really appreciate the invite, and I want to be able to engage with that. I know it's important to you, so I want to show up for you in that, but now it's not a good time.
Is there a good time that would work for you?
That is a great question. What about Monday evening? Do you think that would be a good time for you?
Yeah, I think that will work. I really appreciate you trying to find some time that we can really talk about this.
Okay, well, let's plan for 7 this Monday night.
Sounds good. So you can see, even in that interaction, just setting that appointment starts to actually build a relationship and an invitation that both people can actually prepare for. And so we want you to practice this. We want you to try this out and see how that works for you. And if there are things that are working either way, give us some comments. Let us know what's going on, or if there are other topics you want us to cover. Again, let us know that. Subscribe to our channel here. We're excited that we can have these for you, and we look forward to our next video.
Keep working out your relationship.